Hi, this is Erin from BlossyB. Welcome to my channel. The plan for this video is to create some pieces as part of an international collaboration for Lupus Awareness Month. I'm going to use Eco Casting Compound to make a set of candle holders and jars, and I'm going to decorate the pieces using laser engraving. The product I'm using today is AR400. It's an acrylic resin, an eco-friendly casting compound. I buy mine from Harry and Wilma, and it is mixable in a ratio of 3 to 1. 3 parts powder and 1 part tap water, which is a fantastic feature of this product. I'm going to be using ARC liquid pigment in violet to colour the mixture. So this collaboration has been organised by June's Sunshine Crafts, and this is her YouTube channel. Please check it out. And June is based in the UK, and it is Lupus Awareness Month in October in both Europe, I believe, and Australia. I think the US, for some reason, has theirs in May. So, this is the poster that Lupus UK have done up, and I thought it is really worth sharing here. So, it gives you the contact details for Lupus UK, and I think it shows a really different side to what we might think of lupus. So I've mixed up a batch of the AR400. I've chosen to do 300 grams of powder and 100 grams of water, and I end up adding in 15 drops in total of the ARC Pigment in violet. I want a very intense colour, so it needs to be purple. Purple. And after mixing that together, I'm going to start pouring that into my moulds. Now, these moulds are purchased from TEMU, and the first two are little pot moulds. They can also be used as candle jars, and I wanted to make sure that the colours are quite blended with each other. You know, I want them to look like they're part of a set. So that's why I'm pouring some into what will become the top of each of them, and then adding some more. Now, I end up making, I think, 2 more batches as I go on. I only ever like to work in small batches with this. About 400 grams total is around about my limit of my comfort level. It does start curing so quickly, and I don't want to risk it starting to heat up in the cup and getting too thick to pour. So I'll go ahead and do the same process, and then I'm going to also start pouring into a set of 3 little candle holder moulds, little tealight candle moulds, and those ones come in small, medium and tall. Now, I mentioned that this video is part of an international collaboration organised by June's Sunshine Crafts. And the beauty of a collaboration like this is that you have artists from all around the world joining in and showing their unique take on the challenge. Now, June gave us 2 criteria, the colour purple and also butterflies, and you'll learn a little bit more about why the butterflies. And it was an exciting opportunity for me as well to learn more about lupus. The only thing I'd ever really had to base my knowledge on was an episode of House, House MD. Lupus always seemed to completely confound everyone on that program, but when they worked it out, it was yay. So, what is lupus? It is an autoimmune illness where your immune system attacks your own normal cells, and it mostly affects skin and joints, but it can also affect other parts of your body. And stress, exposure to sunlight, infections, and sometimes medicines can trigger symptoms. And it is really difficult to diagnose because there's no single test to confirm it. And unfortunately, there is no cure, but people can manage their symptoms with a combination of medicines and a healthy lifestyle. So here the pieces have cured. It only takes about an hour or so to be able to demold these, and they are looking gorgeous. Now, the one that you can see there, which has got the little bubbly appearance, that is because I scooped up a spoonful out of one of them and plopped it into that one, and then it was close to getting too thick to do that. So it did actually cure like that, but I literally just push it across a little bit of wet and dry sandpaper 1 or 2 times, and it came off beautifully. So these are demolding very easily, and the purple colour is beautiful. I love it, and they feel so substantial. If you haven't yet used an eco casting powder, you have got a great joy awaiting you. They feel like almost like a really smooth concrete. They're very cool and very smooth. So super happy with how these are turning out so far. Now, interestingly, I did think that it was strange, the name lupus. So I did look that up, and it is Latin for wolf. And this illness has been around and documented for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. In fact, I think it was back in about the 14th century that it was first given the term lupus, and lupus means wolf in Latin. And it was given that name because physicians thought that the marks that appeared on the face of some people with lupus appeared like the bite of a wolf. And that's how it got its name. So I thought that was very interesting. I also wondered why butterfly and the colour purple were associated with lupus. And some of the research that I uncovered tend to point towards the butterfly becoming the symbol because of a rash that can present itself on the face of people with lupus, because it has a butterfly-like shape on the bridge of the nose and to the cheekbones. And these rashes are usually red or purple in colour, which is, again, so interesting that the name lupus, the colour and the symbols have all come from these distinctive rashes that can appear on people with lupus. So that's why we've gone purple. And that's why in a few minutes you'll see the butterflies coming into play. Now, before I do anything else, I have let my pieces cure for I think 3 days, and then I'm using Boowan Nicole sealer wax to give them a really good coat. Now, before I did this, I also used just a soft paper towel to buff over them just to see if there was any residue. Oh, Milo, that was Milo snoring, sorry. To see if there was any residue of the purple pigment, because I did use a lot, and you'll see my fingers were purple. So I apply the wax, and then I go ahead and buff it all off using a soft cloth. So I've designed a pattern in Canva with butterflies, and I'm going to go ahead and engrave these using the F1 laser engraver, and I'm actually going to switch to a different format to explain that. So I'm going to record this part live, so to speak. I'm not quite sure how to best set my camera up for showing you how I'm working with XTool Creative Space and the XTool F1 machine, but I'll give it a go. So this is the XTool F1, and this attachment here is called the RA2 rotary tool, and it's a way of rotating cylindrical objects so that you can actually engrave all around them. And over here, I'm hoping you can see my mouse button. I'm going to click on framing, and you'll see a blue light up here, and that is showing me where my image is going to be, and it's also showing me that it is going to go around the whole item. So I very carefully measured these candle holders, and I've inputted the measurements here. So the perimeter is 166 millimeters. Not sure if you can see that up there. And I'm using the rotary attachment. And then in my tools, the settings are engrave and blue light, power 100, speed 50, pass 1, 100 lines per centimetre, and engraving mode is bidirectional, just in case anyone's interested. And I have uploaded my design, and I've tiled it to make sure it fits exactly. So, a bit nervous about this because I have never engraved on this particular mould before. Now, when you're using the RA2 rotary attachment, you can't actually close this all the way down. So I just do as best I can, and there we go. So now I've done my framing and I'm ready to go. I'm going to click Go to Process, and it will prepare a preview for me, and then it will say Start. It's a very noisy thing. So I'm going to press the Start button on the laser, and it's off and running. I'm going to stop talking now, and I'll just let it go so you can watch in real time. You probably won't be able to see much, but I'll still show you the process. Okay, so the time used showing on the screen is 13 minutes, and it stops automatically. I have an air purifier attached to this, and that runs for about 10 seconds afterwards. So, time to have a look and see what we have got. So I'm just going to loosen this clamp at the end. Take it out. And there we go. This beautiful little butterfly. Yeah. So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones, exactly the same process. So here they are. This is the set of 3 of the little tea light candle holders, and they look really pretty. These are just some little LED tea light candles that I got from Kmart, popped in there just to see what they look like. These are the 2 little pots, and I've set those up so you could see what they'd look like with makeup in them. Here they are empty, and then again with the little tea lights in them. Yeah, I think they look really pretty, and I hope they really encapsulate the lupus awareness. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. If you'd like any more information about lupus, I'll put some links in the description box below. Thank you again to June from June Sunshine Crafts for organising this collaboration, and make sure you click on the link in the description box to access the playlist for all of the collaboration videos. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so, and I'd love to read your comments. If there's anything you would like to see me do or learn more about, let me know. If you yourself are a crafty person and you have a YouTube channel, or you're thinking of starting one, I have a collaboration of my own coming up to celebrate World Kindness Day, and it would be amazing to have as many people as possible. You can find all of that information in the description box below as well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.